Hey awesome people, Slurpees are seriously delicious. But did you know they were invented by accident?
It started with Omar Knedlik. He didn't have a soda drink machine at his store, so he would put his drinks in the freezer for brief periods of time to keep them cool. But once, he accidentally left soda in the freezer for too long, and then he had to apologize to his customers as he had to sell them half frozen. But it turns out people thought the half frozen sodas were amazing, and so he started doing it on purpose, and eventually worked with someone to create a machine for making what we now know as Slurpees.
I can't believe chocolate chip cookies were invented by accident.
Ruth Wakefield, the owner of the Toll House Inn, invented the chocolate chip cookie in 1930 when she was trying to make chocolate cookies for her guests. See, when cooking, she ran out of baker's chocolate, so instead she threw in the broken pieces of Nestle's semi-sweet chocolate and assumed that the chocolate would melt. But the chocolate bits didn't melt, and so chocolate chip cookies were born.
When it comes to who invented the ice cream cone, there is a lot of controversy about it. In fact, there are many stories of who invented the first cone.
Edible cones were first eaten in Germany in the 1800s. However, it's said that the first ice cream cone was created by Italo Marchionni from Italy in 1986. But most people know the story of Ernest Humwe. He was selling crispy waffles next to an ice cream vendor at a fair in St. Louis in the US in 1904. The ice cream booth next to him was so popular that they ran out of dishes to serve it in. So Humwe quickly thought to roll one of his waffles into the shape of a cone to serve the ice cream in. The cone cooled and hardened, the vendor served the ice cream in it, and the customers loved it. Popsicles, on the other hand, were invented completely and utterly by accident, and more surprisingly, by an 11-year-old. In 1905, it's said that 11-year-old Frank Epperson was mixing powdered soda and water to make soft drink or pop. He accidentally left his mixture in a bucket outside of his house with his stirring stick in the mix overnight. That night, the temperatures in San Francisco got so low that the mixture froze, and in the morning, he found his soda frozen with a wooden stick poking out of the top. He thought this was great, so Epperson icicles were born, until many years later when he changed the names to Popsicles because his children gave his creation the nickname of Pops Sickles.
Apparently, potato chips were actually invented to be payback for a complaining restaurant customer.
In 1853, in a restaurant in New York, a customer complained to the chef that his French fries were too thick. So George Crumb, the chef, then sliced and fried up a whole new batch of thinner fries for him, but apparently they were still too thick. Frustrated, the chef again sliced up a new batch of fries, but this time cut them as thin as possible and deep fried them so they were super crispy. To his surprise, the customer loved them, and from there they became a popular item at the lodge, and then they spread across the world. And they are, of course, still super popular today because we all know that deep fried potatoes covered in salt are delicious.